Aloha. Today I'm going to talk about some big topics, some things that come up a lot. Questions that people ask about when they're thinking about making a move here, or maybe they just moved here. And on the flip side, when someone moves away, we hear all the other stuff on the other side of it. Like, I can buy a couch on Amazon, what? Or everything is so cheap, or you mean I can buy a 5-bedroom house with a pool for half the cost of my house in Hawaii? Man, my house in Texas on 5 acres only cost 350 grand. Hey, I'm Chris Shomo, real estate agent and owner and founder of Home Sweet Home Hawaii Real Estate, brokered by eXp Realty. If this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Hawaii, go ahead and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Hawaii. Okay, today we're going to talk about the toughest things in Hawaii that are important to know if you're considering moving here. So let's jump right in. Cost. It's so expensive, about 20% higher than the national average. And it's easy to get caught up in survival and forget to enjoy the beaches, forget to go outside, forget to prioritize important things like date nights and family time, groceries, vehicles, gas, electricity, daily expenses, houses, shipping costs for the things you order, electronics. Almost everything costs more here in Hawaii compared to the mainland. And of course, with inflation on the rise, the squeeze has gotten even more challenging for a whole lot of people. And the main reason things are so expensive is because we have a high dependency on imported goods. Then on top of that, there's the Jones Act, which is a law that requires all shipments between US ports to go on US ships. For example, a ship traveling all the way from Japan can't drop off some cargo in Honolulu on its way to California. It has to haul everything to the West Coast, transfer it to a pricier US ship, then send it back to Hawaii. It's an old law from 1920 that really needs to be abolished to help with cost. But what that means for the consumer, this law costs Hawaii about $1.2 billion every year, which is about $1,800 in additional costs and additional expenses for an average family here in Hawaii. So Amazon Prime is a must, Costco and Sam's Club memberships are a must, and if you're military, then you have the benefits of the NEX prices for sure. And shop locally. It's good to support the farms and small businesses any way you can. Distance to the mainland. If you don't have family here, it can be super tough, especially at first. Until you get plugged in and until you're a part of a community, there's no one to just watch the kids for a date night or a doctor appointment or in case of emergencies. The isolation for the mainland can be really hard if you're not able to fly to see your family, or maybe your family members aren't able to fly to see you. Living in Hawaii means living 2,500 miles away from the mainland. And that's a 6-hour flight to Southern California, and a lot more time and money for traveling even further. Real talk here. Sometimes people have to move away for this very reason. It's important to plan to take trips to see family if they're not here, and it's important to travel in general and get out and see the world to avoid island fever. And thankfully there's FaceTime and Zoom, which are great whether your family is an hour away or thousands of miles away. The next tough thing about living in Hawaii is acceptance. Yes, I know there's a cultural adjustment. If you've just moved to Hawaii, everyone will ask you why you moved here. People want to know what brought you here. And what they really want to know is if you're going to stick around. If you're military and you're likely stationed here in Hawaii for 3 years, well, not to worry. I'll give you the inside secret. You have to embrace Hawaii first in order for Hawaii to embrace you. This is key to being welcomed and embraced by the locals and the folks who've lived here for many, many years. Respect the culture, slow down a bit, drive with aloha, and treat everyone as family. It's a small island and those little things really matter. Another big challenge is the lack of medical access. There's a lack of specialists and long wait times to get in to see one of these specialists. But it's more than that. Because of the lack of medical staff in the hospitals, a lot of travel nurses and travel doctors are always here to help bridge the gap. And Honolulu is definitely one of the most popular destinations for travel nurses in the US. Another challenge being a newcomer in Hawaii is building community. It can take a lot of time or it can happen immediately. The irony is it's usually up to you. It comes down to your attitude, your openness, your humility. Humility and kindness is everything here. Be a learner, be kind, and love the gift of Hawaii and the lifestyle and the culture and the people. Embrace the local lifestyle. Get out of the house and go enjoy it. There's so much to experience here. Another challenge you're going to run into are delays. Now this covers a wide range. Things can just take a while. Some of it's because of a lack of resources, or there are long shipping times or outdated systems. Maybe the seas were rough, so the barges were delayed and your default grocery store is out of something. If you're looking to get permits to build a new house, or you need to hire a general contractor for a remodel, well, you want to make sure you hire someone reputable, of course. And the good folks are sometimes the ones who are the most backlogged. We heavily rely on each other for recommendations for reliable services. If you need a guy to fix your HVAC system, if you need the roof of your house replaced, or whatever it is. And painters, builders, carpet cleaners, plumbers, electricians, all handyman services, you name it. Or maybe it's a service you need and there are fewer businesses that offer the services. And sometimes the delays are just because people live on aloha time. So an event might start a little late, or the meeting might not end right on time. You just have to roll with it. Another challenge here is congestion. We get millions of visitors each year. Tourist areas are overcrowded, which can cause issues like heavy traffic, limited parking, long lines, less access to some of the beaches, and just an invasion in local spaces where families live and work. Where you see the most on Oahu is in Waikiki, but also on the popular beaches of the North Shore and places like Kailua and parts of Honolulu as you go further out of Waikiki, like Diamond Head. The key to dealing with this is to live in the least touristy areas and avoid the hottest tourism spots when they're the most popular. The next tough thing that comes with living in Hawaii are jobs. We have limited industries. It's mostly tourism, hospitality, and the Department of Defense. And often salaries here are lower compared to the mainland, whether you're a doctor or teacher or whatever, which makes it even tougher considering our cost of living is so much more. Another challenge to overcome is academics. If you have school-age kids, then education is a factor that you'll want to take into account, of course. And whether it's a public school or a private school might not necessarily bring the answers or the levels of expectation that you may be looking for. For this, I always recommend niche.com or goodschools.org. Homeschooling is also very popular here on the island. As far as higher education, we do have a few universities, but still the options are limited. So that could mean your senior is most likely going to be heading off to the mainland for that bachelor's degree. One of the things that people miss so much living here is the changing of the seasons. This means no more snow days. And maybe you prefer the sunshine year-round, but some people really like the cold. Like if you're into winter sports and you're gonna miss the proximity to ski resorts. Just the changing of the season and the spring, and when it becomes fall and the leaves change color. I mean, you can play in the ocean all year round. And it does get cooler in the winter, for sure, depending on where you live here on the island. But believe it or not, there are people here that have never seen snow in real life. Okay, these are some of the realities that you need to really think about living in Hawaii. Is there anything that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. At the end of the day, Hawaii is a unique and beautiful place, of course. And for many, the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. If you're considering making the move, take these factors into account and be prepared to embrace island life with all its challenges and rewards. And if you're thinking about moving to Hawaii, whether your move is in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. You can give us a call, schedule a Zoom meetup, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We always love helping people buy and invest here in Hawaii. And we're here to make your move as smooth and stress-free as possible. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own tips in the comments with us for adjusting to the challenges of living in Hawaii. Aloha, and we'll see you in the next video.